News 3, your trusted student voice. Online and in studio. Your local source for Western Illinois news, sports, and weather. You're watching Live at 4.
Coming up, a 1990s State Health Care Act is back in conversation in Illinois. We'll tell you what you need to know.
And as electric vehicle usage rises, hear what WIU is doing to help support the sustainability measure.
Plus, we have the latest numbers on Black athletes at WIU. That and more, News 3, Live at 4, starting now.
Live from Salee Hall, in high definition. Live at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4. I'm JC Dewar.
And I'm Sam Ogali. As employers across the country implement vaccine and COVID-19 requirements, some people in Illinois are trying to find new use for a 23-year-old state act. Dylan Smith has the story.
In the midst of Governor J.B. Pritzker's vaccination push, some are citing Illinois' Health Right of Conscience Act to avoid COVID-19 vaccine mandates. The legislation bans discrimination against anyone who refuses to receive or participate in any particular form of healthcare service contrary to a person's conscience. The law says that it is the public policy of the state of Illinois to respect and protect the right of conscience of all persons who refuse to obtain, receive, or accept healthcare services. In addition, it shall be unlawful for any person or institution to discriminate against any person in any manner because of such person's conscious refusal. And while some use this act to dodge vaccine and testing mandates, Amory Clefetta of the American Civil Liberties Union says this legislation was designed primarily for healthcare workers.
We saw this law used was the way that it was originally intended, which was to shield healthcare providers from liability if they don't provide a healthcare service because of their religious or conscience beliefs.
According to Clefetta, this is the first time the Health Right of Conscience Act is being used for its non-traditional purpose.
No court case has ever applied the law so broadly to encompass employees seeking to avoid a mandate in the workplace the way that we're seeing it now.
In the meantime, Clefetta says that it's possible for legislators to clarify or even amend the law. As of Wednesday, 54% of Illinois has been fully vaccinated, with another 8 million having at least one dose. It is left to the Illinois courts to decide if the state's Health Right of Conscience Act is designed to be so broad. Reporting for News 3, I'm Dylan Smith.
WIU's Women's Center is hosting its annual rally to bring awareness to sexual violence and domestic abuse. Take Back the Night is happening right now as a part of Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Fundraisers have been held in the past weeks leading up to the event. The money raised will go to a local agency to help support survivors of such crimes. The rally began at 4 outside of Sherman Hall with a march to Chandler Park. The rest of the night is dedicated to survivors sharing their stories and helping anyone suffering to find their voice and the courage to get the necessary help. WIU's Counseling Center will also be present to offer any support needed to those attending.
With a federal plan to increase sales of electric vehicles in the next decade, the amount of charging stations will also need to go up. News 3's Marcos Brock and Joel Ramirez learned about one right here on campus.
President Biden recently announced an ambitious plan for the car industry. By 2030, 50% of new car sales will have to be electric vehicles. This includes battery electric, plug-in hybrid, or fuel cell electric vehicles. Although most of the drivers today plug their vehicles in at home, public charging stations will be crucial in the upcoming years, especially to those who live in apartments and people who drive long distances. WIU has only one charging station at the moment, and it is free. It does not require a reservation and is open for public use.
We have one in Q Lot. It is available for anyone to use. There are no reservations required, and we're happy to maintain that and provide that for public use. We would love to expand those on campus. At this point, we don't have any plans or they're in place for the Macomb campus, although we have considered a couple of other locations. We are considering and hope to have in the next 6 months another 2 stations at our Quad City campus.
Rhodes also said that more electric chargers are necessary to encourage the use of electric vehicles in the university community. but there are no specific plans for that yet.
I would say in the long term that there's definitely opportunity for growth and expansion on that. Now, how many we would have in those locations, at this point I can't really say.
He said WIU wants to be part of the change and believes that with more charging stations, there would be more electric vehicles on campus.
Oh, I absolutely think so. And I think that that's something that we would like to be a part of and encourage. It's definitely a boon for the environment and sustainability. The electric vehicles are definitely the next opportunity or big opportunity for sustainability and pollution control in the United States.
In Macomb, reporting for News 3, I'm Marcos Brock.
Former U.S. Secretary of State General Colin Powell died on Monday from COVID-19 complications. Powell, the first black person to hold the cabinet position, was a decorated military soldier for 35 years and rose to become a 4-star general. Before serving as Secretary of State under President George W. Bush, Powell was the first black national security advisor under President Reagan. He was also the youngest person to serve as a chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff under George H.W. Bush. Powell was fully vaccinated for COVID at the time of his death, but he had also been suffering from Parkinson's disease and blood cancer. He was 84 years old.
Last month was Suicide Prevention Month, and WIU held an event working with a nationwide foundation to help promote mental health care. Lindsay Mock learned more about the foundation.
WIU held an event called Fresh Check Day last month. Fresh Check is an event that is held nationwide and is a fun way for young adults to talk about mental health.
Our mission at the foundation is to prevent suicide, promote mental health, and really create a message of hope for young adults.
The Jordan Porco Foundation was founded in 2011 by Ernie and Marissa Porco after they lost their son Jordan to suicide.
They came up with a unique program, the first program, Fresh Check Day, because it was something that they felt that their son would have actually gone to.
One requirement at all Fresh Check Days is to have music playing.
Well, music really is something that Jordan loved. He had an adventurous spirit, and it was a big part of who he was. And music is really very therapeutic in its own right. Not only is it's beautiful, it's fun, it just sort of has all the feels for people.
The first Fresh Check Day was held in 2012 in Connecticut, where the foundation started. It is now in almost all 50 states, and they plan to keep expanding. In Macomb, reporting for News 3, I'm Lindsay Mock.
Jury selection began on Monday in the trial over the murder of 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery. In February 2020, Arbery was jogging in a small coastal Georgia neighborhood when 3 men began following him, and Arbery was fatally shot. His alleged killers also filmed the shooting. It wasn't until that footage leaked nearly 3 months later and went viral, leading to the public protest, that all 3 men were arrested. All 3 men were later charged with crimes including felony murder, aggravated assaults, and federal hate crimes. The trial is currently set to begin in February 2022.
Up next, Emma Bird tells us about WIU's rules for cannabis on campus.
Rooted in teaching tradition, the desire to impact lives through education marks our Western identity. We believe every student with the hope to succeed deserves a chance at our institution. We're invested in honing each student's individual strengths to turn that hope into promise. Our commitment shows in everything that we do. It guides our faculty with empathy. It grows our students with courage. It moves each of us with purpose. In Macomb and Quad Cities, all walks of life meet to share cultures, ideas, and aspirations. Together, our students welcome new perspectives, helping them bring true value wherever they go next. Whatever the next challenge or change we face, our fighting spirit strengthens and evolves. With fortitude, we remain devoted to our vision. Brave and loyal, we stand as Leathernecks. For our students, for our region, for our state, and beyond. And when we stand together, We stand up for what matters, going forth as one. And that unity takes us far beyond what we've ever imagined.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
Welcome back. I'm Emma Bird. Although cannabis has been legal for recreational use in Illinois since January 1st of 2020, it is not allowed on the WIU campus. University policy prohibits students, employees, and the general public from possessing, using, or distributing any form of cannabis on any campus facilities. They are also prohibited from doing so during any school activities. OPS Officer Thomas Clark said these rules are in place partly because WIU accepts federal funds and cannabis is not legal nationwide. He also said it has to do with WIU's status as a smoke-free campus. Any students who are found to be in violation of this policy are subject to disciplinary action by the university. Clark further explained the state's rules on purchasing cannabis.
You can only buy it at dispensaries. Yep, that's the only places that you're allowed to purchase cannabis is in dispensaries. The Illinois law states that people who are 21 and over can possess up to 30 grams of cannabis. Right, it can't be done in public place.
WIU's food pantry is back open and ready to serve students and others in need. News 3's Brian Lowe and Marcus Brock learned how the university is helping fight food insecurity.
At Western Illinois University, students are back congregating with their friends and eating in the dining halls. Most students and staff go to the halls for dinner, while others find uncommon sources of food.
They told me, come check this out. I'm like, okay, it's fine, I could check it out because it's been really helpful to them actually. So I'm like, let me check it out today. Let me know what it's about, and that's why I'm here.
The food pantry is located in Horban Hall, where all types of foods are ready for those in need and those who do not have meal plans with the school. Meal plans are seen as currency for any food option on campus, including those in the University Union.
And so we're trying to drive students to eat in the dining halls because it's a better value than the retail outlets like Qdoba and Chick-fil-A and the coffee shop in the Union. And so they're not at a 60% reduction. So if you use your meal plan over there, it's going to cost you more. So we're trying to drive students, because of things like food insecurity, to the halls where they're a better deal.
When talking to the president of the student-run organization, she expresses the emotion she goes through when she is able to help a person in need in any way possible.
Because when people come to the pantry, it's a big deal for them. It's sometimes embarrassing for some individuals because they don't want to admit that they need help. And it's something that's so normal and prevalent in our community that it needs to be more normalized. They need to feel comfortable coming here to get these resources. This is a zone that people should feel safe to come to. That means literally regardless of anything, sexual orientation. We want people to be comfortable here, and that's why I guess that we take patrons' security and privacy so seriously.
Actor Jonah Hill wrote in a recent Instagram post, "I know you mean well, but I kindly ask that you not comment on my body." This was in reference to the media attention he garnered after his weight loss. According to the Newport Institute, which is a mental health clinic in California, body image issues have increased during the pandemic for people across the world, and celebrities, specifically males. Male body issues is described as muscle dysmorphia, according to the Institute, are not as often disclosed as those of females. In a recent study of 2,000 British males, 58% said the pandemic negatively affected their body image. Only a quarter said they were happy with their physical appearance. These issues are caused in part by an unrealistic media expectation, bullying, and more, the Institute said. They suggest tips for coping with body images, including limiting social media, knowing images can be unrealistic, working on acceptance, finding safe spaces to discuss struggles, creating wellness goals, and building confidence in other activities. For more information on counseling at WIU, you can contact the University Counseling Center in Memorial Hall.
If you're looking to watch a new movie this weekend, you can finally go see that one that was originally supposed to come out in 2021. Dune, distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures, is being released after almost a year-long delay. The movie takes place over millennium into the future, where humanity lives in a galactic empire barely remembers Earth. It features a cast with the likes of Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, and Dave Bautista. Dune premieres tomorrow in theaters and will stream exclusively on HBO Max.
Coming up after the break, Lily Bennett has our weather outlook. Stay with us.
Western Illinois University is here to serve your future. Large enough to provide opportunities, small enough to connect you to them. Your potential is our purpose. Explore your talents in a place you belong. Western Illinois University is here to serve your future. Large enough to provide opportunities, small enough to connect you to them. You are unique, and we are committed to you. Become the future you at WIU Quad Cities.
Welcome back. I'm Lily Bennett with your weather. Currently, it is about 55 degrees and cloudy with winds coming from the west at around 14 miles per hour. Our dew point is around 43 degrees with humidity at about 77%. We'll be seeing some rain over the weekend and some over next week as well, and we will continue to see cloudy skies and cool weather for the rest of this week and next week. Currently, we have some showers coming up from the southwest towards our area, but it is unlikely that we will get any rain from these. And here's a look at how that weather is moving through in the next couple of days. And tonight it'll be 43 in Macomb as well as in Quincy, and it'll be a bit cooler up north, about 37 in Burlington and 40 in Monmouth. Tomorrow it will be 58 here in Macomb and over in Havana. Again, it is cooler in Burlington with only 51 degrees. A little warmer in the south, we will see some low 60s. Looking at tonight, we have a low of about 43 degrees with some winds coming from the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. And tomorrow we will continue to see cloudy skies with a high around 58 degrees. The winds will continue to come from the northwest at around 8 miles per hour. Looking at the rest of the week, we have highs in the upper 50s and lower 60s, some rain on Sunday and Wednesday with some AM showers on Monday, and it will remain cloudy all week. Up next is Christian Redmond with sports.
We are Western Illinois University, and we are amazing.
On Fridays, we wear purple.
We are home to professional athletes and actors,
lawmakers, CEOs, a civil rights leader,
and a 3-star general, plus over 100,000 other impressive alumni.
Our programs are mighty. Our law enforcement program is the largest in the state of Illinois and is known internationally.
Supply chain management boasts a nearly 100% job placement rating.
And cornfields might surround us, but we have a fine arts program that can rival any large city.
It's okay to take courses in wine tasting, wedding planning,
scuba diving, grain drying, Renaissance art,
engineering computational methods, or advanced federal taxation.
Sometimes our classes even take us to Disney World.
The Apostle Islands, Greece, France, all around the world.
For fun, we spray paint a bulldog statue, race cardboard boats, and shave our heads and dance all night to raise money for charities.
Not only do we paint the paws before homecoming, but we show our love for our mighty mascot, Colonel Rock, with painted statues all over town.
Sometimes we play volleyball with a giant ping ball, and sometimes we play in the mud.
It's totally normal to look at our res hall windows and see a hot air balloon floating by.
Or experience all 4 seasons in one day.
Hey alumni, jump on that Amtrak from Chicago or St. Louis or anywhere in between.
And come back to get a horseshoe,
listen to the award-winning Jazz Studio Orchestra,
or tailgate before a D1 game.
Not every school can say they started the 4-year cost guarantee program
and have a second campus on the banks of the mighty Mississippi.
We are Western Illinois University.
And we are the Leathernecks.
Welcome back. I'm Christian Redmond. It's nice to see that fall sports are back and in full swing at Western Illinois University. Due to the pandemic, sports set for fall 2020 were moved to spring 2021. COVID-19 also caused issues with a major lack of practices and training over the last year. Men's and women's cross country were able to finish out their full seasons for the fall, and both teams will compete in the championship meet on October 30th in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And there are only 4 games remaining in the season for football and women's soccer, and 3 games remaining in the season for men's soccer, while the women's volleyball team has 9 games left in the season. For more information on the WIU Fall Sports schedule, go to goleathernecks.com. Tuesday was opening night for the NBA. The Chicago Bulls got in their first game yesterday against the Detroit Pistons. The two teams went back and forth all game. You see Lonzo Ball with a 3 to give the Bulls a 2-point advantage. From there, the Bulls never looked back, winning a close one, 94-88. The 1-0 Bulls are set to host the New Orleans Pelicans tomorrow night at 7. Western's overall student population demographics are not completely represented in university athletics. Marcos Brock and Andrew Gordon break down those numbers.
As of 2021, there are 401 total WIU student athletes. However, nearly 21% are members of the Black community. There are 13 Black athletes that identify as female out of 85 total Black athletes, which is about 15%. Black males make up more than 5 times the Black female athletes, with 72 out of the total 85 Black athletes, which is nearly 85%. There are some differences between sports as well. While the football team makes up the majority of Black athletes, with 51, other sports like golf do not have any representation. Compared to the number of overall athletes, Black females represent 9% of total women athletes, and Black males represent nearly 28%. The percentage of Black athletes is 21%, which is close to the percentage of Black students overall at 19%. For more information on the WIU Athletics mission, go to goleathernecks.com.
That's sports. Final word is next.
Join the Leatherneck Club today and help the Leathernecks march on. Help us reach 800 members by June of 2021 while supporting nearly 400 WIU student athletes. The need is greater than ever as we navigate the challenges of COVID-19, and membership has its perks like preferred parking, game recognition, and much more. Make your gift online at wiu.edu/leathernecksmarchon or call 309-298-1190.
At Western Illinois University, you will explore your talents in a place where you belong. No matter where you come from, no matter what you want to do, we believe in where your potential will take you. Learn more at wiu.edu.
WIU's free community art program for local elementary students has released its schedule for fall 2021. This year's program will be held at 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday nights in Garwood Hall, room 25.
First and second grade students will have their program on October 27th and November 3rd. They will learn about the purpose of lines and use them to create patterns and shapes. Third and fourth grade students will have their program on November 10th and the 17th and create original characters out of shapes with backstories.
There are only 15 spots in each class, and sign-up is on a first-come, first-served basis. To register, email WIU's Associate Art Professor at tk@t-ku@wiu.edu.
Also, WIU students are invited to submit artwork to complete in the art competition based on video games.
The Digital Recreation Center on campus is hosting the contest, and students are invited to use the medium of their choice, from paint to photography.
Winners will earn purchase awards and junior awards, along with a place of honor for their artwork on the walls of the new Digital Rec Center on Adams Street, across from Sherman Hall. Now let's check back in with Lily for more on this weekend's weather.
It will be a nice day out on Saturday with temps in the low 60s and some light wind around 8 miles per hour, so it should be a great day to get outside. Unfortunately, Sunday will not be as nice. Currently, there is a 100% chance for rain, so get your umbrellas out. And if you're going home this weekend and coming back on Sunday, be extra careful on the roads, drive slow as the roads can be slick with rain, and put your headlights on so that other drivers can see you. Also, if you're a Back to the Future fan, today, October 21st, is the day that Doc and Marty traveled into 2015. They flew into quite the storm, but for us here today, it was just overcast skies and strong winds, so not quite the right weather for time travel. Now I'll send it back to you guys.
Thanks, Lily. You know, wait, so you're telling me you've never seen Back to the Future?
I've never seen Back to the Future.
You gotta watch Back to the Future.
I know, I'm so sorry.
You gotta watch it this weekend.
We'll see. If I have time this weekend, I will definitely watch it.
Well, that's all for us today.
But we are online all the time.
Stay up to date with us, news3wiu.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, News3WIU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
From all of us here at WIU News 3, have a good night, Macomb. So you've never seen that?